Hey YouTube, it's your girl Dr. J, and I thought I would do a quick video to introduce you guys to a new series that we have. It's called Scientists in the Field, and it is great. It's really akin to our Adventures in our Engineering in Action series that I did a video on earlier this week. But this one, I got this series because you guys know the name of the game for us is Depth. We're STEM-based, and my kids like science, but I wanted to make sure that they understood what scientists do and what life is like as a scientist. So I started to buy the books in this series, and I'm going to take you through some of the books and show you kind of what the books are all about. So as you guys can see, all the books are going to be scientists in the field, but they have different foci. So this one is on mountains, and it talks about where science meets adventure. And so this was it's on saving the ghost of the mountain, an expedition among snow leopards in Mongolia. And it's really nice because it introduces the child to the place and the animal and the researchers that are working on it. And so it is just the books are just really well done. Like it's going to give you the background of the place, the history of it, who's working on the science, what are they doing, why are they working with this animal, what are they trying to do. And so the books are just really fun and interesting. I really love this one. I actually got a chance to read through this one. And again, it has that same scientists in the field. And then we have ponds. And then again, that when science meets adventure. And this one is on, it focuses on Dr. Tyrone Hayes. And he works with frogs. And it introduces you to his work and what he does. But I love, one of the things I really love about it is that this book, it goes really far into his life. So it talks about his childhood and when he first got interested in frogs and what his schooling was like and ups and downs and that. And then it introduces you to the animals themselves and what he does. What does his research do? Why does he do the research? Another thing that I liked about this one was it talks about his research questions, and that shows his lab and some of the people that work in his lab. And then I really like here it says this is Tyrone's experiment, and then it shows you what was his hypothesis and then the research process that he went through. This one is again scientists in the field, and it is about the seashore, and this one is all about wild horses. Tons of information on wild horses, what they are, why we study them, who's studying them, what are the things that they're learning, how is what they're learning making an impact. And this one is on gorilla doctors and saving endangered apes. But they're not just about animals. This one is on the oceans, and it is more environmental based. This one is looking at science, looking through a scientist's microscope. And so it's on, kind of that microscience and what they do, how they use microscopes in their work. What do they learn from it? What information do we know now that we wouldn't know if they didn't work with microscopes? And I think this is just so good because it takes what we're doing in our labs and it's giving it a real world impact and showing them how learning how to use these things today really helps them for their future. This one is a really fun one. It is on extreme scientists. So it goes into the life of, scientists that are like storm chasers. Like this is a hurricane hunter. So it talks about his work as a hurricane hunter and why that's important and impactful and why they're not just crazy, but we need them. And then another section is on cave research, and it shows this researcher how she's doing work inside caves, and that these people they're smart, they're doing amazing work, but they're also really brave and get to do some pretty amazing things with their love of science. And this one is on diving to a deep sea volcano. We also have some that are coming because these books are still being published. So I have 2 pre-ordered. One is on black holes and the research that's being done in black holes. Another one is on the research that's being done through Curiosity and some of the other Mars rover projects. So these books cover all different areas of science. So even though my kids have some areas in science that they like and they really cling to, like Faster Fox is really into astronomy, but I still buy them books that deal with other areas as well, because I want them to have, you know, a lot of big ideas and big options and have a larger understanding of the field. And then also give them opportunities for plan B. Like, you know, sometimes what you thought you wanted to do when you were, you know, 7 or 9, or I mean, for me, you know, what I wanted to do at 18, that's not necessarily what I wanted to do when I was 25 or when I was 30. And so I want to give them as much exposure as possible to lots of different things. And this one is really good because it's about being in the woods. And this is one that I got used. And so these ones are some of the newer books, but I was able to find some used as well. And so if I could get it for $5 or $6, I would get the used one. But if I couldn't get it for $5 or $6, I would go ahead and just grab the new one. But this one, I mean, it has the same information, same setup. I love this quote here: "The woods were my teacher." Like that. Does that sound like us homeschoolers? So it's just really good because it brings the work that we do in science, it really brings that to life for the kids. So I'm really excited about this series. This one is on volcanoes and the science of saving lives. And so we're going to be doing earth science this year, and some of the work that we're going to be doing is on volcanoes. So it'll be nice that we can pull out this book and see, okay, we're doing some of these experiments and stuff in the small scale, but how is this done in the large scale? What do they do? Why do they do it? Who's doing it? What are they finding out? You know, what sort of questions are still out there to be answered? And you know, will that spark something in my kids to say, hey, I want to be able to answer that question? So that one. So these are just really, really fun books. And if you're looking for something that is the middle school level, these books are written for that 5th through 8th grade level again. And they're going to give your child a really in-depth look at science in action and what do scientists do. And so it's really great for people who, you know, your kids like science and they may say, I really like science. I really enjoy doing science, and this can help them, see what are some of the options that are out there to be a scientist. And especially books like this, they're really cool if you have a child that's kind of a daredevil and likes to experiment and stuff. You can say, you can still being great in math and science and technology and all that. That doesn't mean that you can't hurdle yourself into caves or climb tall mountains or, work with volcanoes. You can still have this really exciting, fun life. And for ones that say, I have no interest in going out there into a cave or anything like that, well, then you can go and be in a lab and working at a microscope. So I really love these. And I got all of the books off of Amazon. So all you have to do is go on Amazon and search for scientists in the field, and all the different books will come up. You can get them new or used. The prices vary between $5 and I think about $15. So just wanted to put that out there. Hope this helps. This is Dr. J. Bye-bye.